all black features. They usually have broad noses and full lips and okay, so recently a lot of people have been talking about quote unquote black features, and I've just been looking at a bunch of videos, and what I have to say is this whole black feature thing is totally ridiculous. Like, it makes no sense, first off, and everybody who's made it, that I can view, has been an American, because in America, race is the driving factor of our economy and our life, basically. So my thoughts on black features are that I see a whole bunch of videos and people are posting stuff, and on the videos, they're like, they're like, oh, black features, they usually have broad noses and full lips, and, they just, like, it's a stereotypical thing that every video says about black people, and the characteristics they demonstrate. First off, it's ridiculous, because people assume that black features are one general thing. If you look at Africa and where African Americans came from, who are in America, let's just say they came from southern Africa and the west coast of Africa. And so all along the west coast and the south of Africa, there are multiple different continents. Multiple different countries, sorry. And so, like, people from Africa have different characteristics in general, because they're from different countries. And in Africa, you have the most diverse group of people on one continent. That has been proven, and people have different features there. And that's not also to say that people from East Africa or Northern Africa, they didn't just stay in one place before the slave trade. They also migrated to different places. Just like the Native Americans migrated in the United States, people from Africa migrated, all around Africa. And so one tribe didn't just stay in one area. So the people that the slave trade collected from West Africa and South Africa, they all had different, they were part of different tribes, and they could have came from different places. So they could have picked up North Africans, West Africans, South Africans, East Africans, all from West Africa and South Africa in the slave trade, therefore giving the people different characteristics, different, looks, because they weren't all the same in general. So when people in America are like, oh, black features is just this and that, that doesn't make any logical sense, because people from Africa all have different looks. And, they all come from different tribes. If it weren't for, the ignorance and complete demolishing of someone's race and someone's, origins, which slavery did, they didn't allow the tribes to speak their native language. They had to learn English. So no one in America who's African American, except for the few who get their blood traced back to Africa, know exactly where they came from. And even when they do get their blood traced back from Africa, they usually know the region. They don't know the specific tribe that they're from. So when we African Americans do not know anything about which tribe they came from, and people in America who are African American can come from various different tribes and exhibit various different features. Like, my cousins who are 100% African American look exactly different from me. Like, you wouldn't even know we're related. They look Hispanic. Like, if you could compare them to a group, they look Hispanic. People are always asking them if they're Hispanic, and they're not. They're 100% African American. And it's just crazy to think that just because they look like this, they couldn't be considered African American. Because when you think of it, Africa has the most diverse population people demonstrating different characteristics on the planet. And so when people, look at me in general, my lips look kind of full right now because I have lip gloss on, but other than that, they are, the thinnest things in the world. And, my nose, I don't know if you can see it, but it's, I don't know if you can see really here, but it's, really thin, really, really thin, and my camera, I don't know if it shows it to the best extent, but, I'm 100% African American, and these are my features, and I couldn't be more proud to be who I am, but, it's just, I find it disrespectful when people say, oh, well, they don't demonstrate these features, and they don't look like a stereotypical person. What are the features? There's none. You can't generalize, because people don't all come from one place and one tribe. It just makes people seem completely idiotic. And also, looking at me again, I was born with, red hair. When I say red, I mean red. Ginger red hair. And then, by the age of 2, my hair, grew darker, grew to, dark brown, and then eventually black. But my hair, up until I was 2, was, red. I don't know, Pippi Longstocking's red. It was weird. And so, it just goes to show that people who are African American, with no mixing involved, do look different. There's no stereotypical African feature. People do not look all the same. So to say that African Americans look all the same is totally ludicrous. And if you think that, you should probably go back to school.